Blessings. This is Apostle Lisa Biggers-Vails, your deliverance coach. And what I want to talk about today is that we got to make sure that we do better taking care of ourselves. What do I mean? That when we going through trials, tribulations, when you go through trauma, you go through grief, when you go through divorce, when you go through breakup, when you go through any type of hardship, one thing that we got to understand, you got to begin to seek God to get healed. You got to seek for closure, and you got to seek forgiveness. So many times when we move on and we think because I'm moving over here to over there, everything is going to be all right. I ain't got to worry about it. That's not how it works. Sometimes I listen to Tyler Perry movies and he say time heals everything. Can I tell you, time does not heal everything. If you are going to get healed of anything, you got to deal with it. You got to begin to seek God, and you got to begin to find closure, and you got to be willing to forgive even if people don't want to forgive you. You got to be willing to move on even if people don't want to apologize, even if people don't want to say that they're sorry. You got to be willing to move forward with your healing. Why? For you. Because you got to begin to understand that God can't do nothing with a person that keep on rehearsing the past. When you're stuck in the past, when you keep talking about those old repetitive things, God can't do nothing with that. Why? Because he forgave us and he threw our sins away. So therefore, we got to walk as being his child. You got to be willing to walk in that same mindset. And when you forgiving other people, you got to leave it alone. This is where you can't be throwing up stuff in people's face. You can't be, you remember what you did. You remember you did this to me. We got to understand that's toxic behavior. And if you want to be healed, this is where you got to begin to seek some help. Because guess what? Sometimes you be hit with so much stuff, you need somebody to help you. You need a counselor. You need a therapist. You need a minister. You need a life coach. You need somebody who's going to tell you the truth and that's going to help you process through the situation. When you get people trying to say, oh, I got it by myself. I don't need you to tell me nothing. I know what I'm doing. But then yet you constantly hurting people. You constantly talking about the pain. You constantly stuck in the pain. You're dealing with a situation that you really need some help. And so all I'm trying to tell you, time don't heal everything. You got to be intentional when you want to be healed. This is Apostle Lisa Biggers-Vails, your deliverance coach. Let's begin to grow by moving on and moving forth and stop waiting on time to heal, because you will never get healed if you waiting on time. Because guess what? Time is just going to keep going on and